Hey everybody, I'm John Beilfuss, Executive Chef of Lula's Louisiana Cookhouse in Owasso, Michigan. And we're still in the middle of the pandemic. And so, I haven't had a haircut in 5 months, I'm unemployed, but I've got great recipes for you. And today I've got a great one from Sicily, pasta alla Norma. Let's get in the kitchen and get started. Here's everything you're gonna need to make this awesome pasta alla Norma. I've got about 1.75 pounds here of eggplant. 1.5 pounds to 2 pounds is fine. I prefer Italian or Asian. If you've got the big purpley ones, you're gonna have to take more of the seeds out and they're a little bit more bitter. 1 pound of pasta. I prefer this for this dish, tubular pasta, and here I'm using penne. Good quality extra virgin olive oil. A medium onion chopped. 2 tablespoons of minced garlic. A teaspoon of red pepper flakes, more or less depending on how spicy you like something. 1 cup of dry red wine. A 28-ounce can of Italian tomatoes. 1 tablespoon of oregano. About 20 fresh basil leaves, torn or rough chopped. And pecorino romano to top it off. First thing we need to do is take these eggplant. We're going to peel them just partially. I like to leave a little bit on. And then we're going to dice them into about 3/4 inch to 1 inch cubes. Something about like this. Now we want to place these in a colander over a bowl, add a little salt, mix that up, and let them drain for about a half hour. Now, with these smaller eggplants, you can skip this step if you're in a hurry. If there's a little bit of bitterness in these, it'll take it out. If you've got the big purple jobs, you definitely want to make sure you do this step. I only make this dish, pasta alla Norma, this time of year because I can go to the farmer's market and get everything I need. Basil is one of the most important ingredients in it, and it's fresh right now and fragrant. Eggplant, now I use Italian or Asian eggplant. They're smaller, they don't have as many seeds, and they're not as bitter, so I can get those fresh out of somebody's garden. Perfect time of year to make pasta alla Norma. With the pasta, you just want to cook it 1 minute less than the recommended time on the package and have it ready when your sauce is ready and when you're ready to serve. Because we want to heat up our olive oil till it's shimmering so we can fry our eggplant. Now I've heated that olive oil for about 5 minutes. Let's see if it's ready to go here. It is. So we'll go ahead and drop all our eggplant in. I want to get these nice and brown on all sides and cooked all the way through. Eggplant eats a lot of olive oil. You can see it soaking it up. That's what it's supposed to do. That's why it's so good, and it's why you want to use good quality olive oil. Now let that get nice and brown on one side. And turn over and make sure we get all of it nice and crispy brown on the outside. That's been about 5 minutes. They've got some nice color on them. I don't want them to turn to mush, so I'm going to remove them from the pan now. Now I've left about 1/4 cup of olive oil in the pan, added our onion, and I'm just going to cook these until they're translucent and soft, not brown. That's been about 3 minutes on the onions. They're starting to turn translucent. I'm going to add our garlic and just stir that around for about 1 minute. And add our red wine. With this 1 cup of red wine, I'm going to let it cook down until it's starting to thicken and cook all the alcohol off. I use 1 bottle of red wine because it gives me 1 cup for the dish and 1 cup for Morgan and I each. It's just been a couple of minutes, but with this big pot, it evaporates quickly. So now I'm going to go ahead and add our tomatoes. I'm going to add these, well, I always say Italian grandma style. Grab the tomatoes. Just break them up with your hands. I like a lot of texture in most of my pasta dishes, and this is one of them. You can buy and use diced tomatoes for this. I've seen people just use a can of crushed tomatoes. This is the way I like it. And let's make sure all the juice gets in there as well. Let's go ahead and add our red pepper flake and our oregano. I'm going to turn this down and just let it simmer for about 5 minutes, 10 minutes until the pasta's done. I don't want it to get too dry. I've gone ahead and added the pasta to salted water. And this particular pasta says to cook it for 12 minutes, so I'm going to cook it for 11. And so we're almost there. Now this sauce was particularly thick, the tomatoes that I bought here. So it only took about 5 minutes to get to the consistency I want. So I'm going to turn it down to low and wait for the pasta to be ready. So the pasta I'm cooking said it would take 12 minutes. It's now been 10 minutes, so I'm going to add my eggplant and my basil into the sauce because I want to pull that pasta at 11 minutes. Gotta say, that's looking awfully good. Now that's been 11 minutes on the pasta. So I'm gonna add that to our pan. Gonna give that a good stir. We want to taste this all for salt. Does need a little salt, so I'm going to add some salt, give it a good stir, and plate it. I'm topping this with pecorino romano, a little stronger cheese. It'll be just perfect. Oh man, that looks good. The reason I'm smiling is because Maureen and I just had the pasta alla Norma for lunch, and it's fantastic. So thank you again for watching another exciting episode of Scratch Cook with John. Please join my channel on YouTube, and we'll see you again soon. Hey, Imaginary Sarah, you're back. I love it when you're here. And you know what? That's how I got this magical sidecar sitting in front of me, isn't it? Thank you. Well, I've been busy. In addition to remodeling, the house and all the things Morgan has me doing, I got ordained. I am now a reverend. But you still just call me John. Don't worry about any of the formalities. I thought it was a lot harder than that. It was $69 online, and they sent me a beautiful certificate and a book to put it in, a little tag, that says clergy. And what happened is one of our relatives actually is getting married, and they asked if they could have it here while we were closed, and I said, of course, and I'll do the cooking, and they asked if I could marry them, and I thought, well, I don't think I can because I'm not official. I looked into it and I could. So we're having this wedding in about a week, and I'm officiating, and I'm actually cooking the food and bartending, and I will be taking the pictures. Anyways, so we're really excited about that. So I went and got ordained. And now I'm getting these letters from the company I got ordained from. Is Dear Reverend. What's cool is I can now park in the clergy parking lot if I have to go to the hospital for something, and that's like a lifetime free parking pass for $69. You can't beat it.